Hello everybody, it's Kim Wilson here, and I know it's a little early for lunchtime live, but I'm popping on early today because I just made this wonderful little pop-up cross card, and I had to show you how it's made. I've seen this all over the place online, and I had to give it a try, and I have to admit it is a lot easier to make than I thought it was. So I had quickly cut up an extra bunch of supplies, and I'm going to show you how to make this. And it does fold flat to fit in your envelope, so yay. So let me, I have the instructions right here. If you can get a screenshot, let me put those up a little higher so you can see those, and I'll get started. So I have the pieces all cut out and ready to go. We have just a basic white card front, cut hot dog style. And the one difference here is that it's only 4 inches. And I was wondering, why is it only 4 inches? But that is because when you fold the card to mail it, you've got a 1/4 inch of the cross hanging off the edge here. So to be able to mail it, you want to cut your card base at 4 inches instead of 4 1/4. And then your cardstock base here for the cross is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 square. And then score at 1 1/4, 2, 3 1/4, and 4, and that gives you the cross shape that will pop up. And I will, when I get my DSP on here, I'll go ahead and get that folded a little better. Now, when you're cutting your DSP, it's going to be let's see, DSP layers, a 5 1/8 piece you're going to cut. And then now, if you have a pattern that you want to keep going, like this one, kind of. If you're a little OCD and you want your pattern to go the same, I would cut, let's see, your 1 1/8, then a 5 1/8, then a 1 1/8, then a 5 1/8, and then a 1 1/8 to get it all going across evenly. But as you can see, it really doesn't matter with this particular pattern. I didn't do it that way the first time, and it looks fine like that. So that is totally up to you how you want to do it. But the next step then is to, after you cut your DSP, is to just put on all the pieces in their little appropriate panels here. So that's easy, as easy can be. So a little cutting and measuring, but you all are good at that by now, right? So just adding all the little pieces here. And I was in the mood for yellow. I don't know, I haven't used this color in a long time. And it's spring, and I want the forsythias to be blooming. We had snow yesterday, but soon the forsythias will be blooming. My neighbor has some, and yep, they're budding. Not blooming yet, but they're budding. So it might be spring soon around here in Erie. Get all these pieces put together. And I used Lemon Lolly for my cardstock here, and it also coordinates with Daffodil Delight, so either of those colors is fine. And I like to fold my pieces a little bit before I put the DSP on so I can see the folds better. I don't know if you can see them there on the video, but now I've got all my pieces down and ready to go. So let me go ahead and fold my cross shape. It might have been a little easier to do that before, but this is working fine. So you can get them all folded beforehand or after your DSP is on. And then on the back, it's going to overlap a bit because it doesn't go together on the back. It'll fold one way or the other to fit on your card base. So I had mine folding this way. So I'll just do it the same way. I don't think it really matters which way you do it. It's not going to fold flat both ways once you get it on there, unless you happen to have a perfect storm, and it does, but you want it to fold flat one direction so that you can mail it in an envelope. So the way I did that was I folded it the way I want to be flat and turn it over, and then I'm going to put my tear and tape down. So I'm just putting a strip down on each edge of the tear and tape. And I love using the tear and tape when I have a heavy piece and it needs to hold well. So the liquid glue would work, but I'd have to sit there and hold it for a while. The tear and tape will hold down pretty instantaneously, and hopefully I'll get it straight. My first one was a tiny bit crooked, but you can't really notice it, so it looks good. Get that tear and tape off. Those little guys are hard to get settled. Okay, there we go. So this was the only part I had a little struggle with, was getting that down evenly. Let's see if I can do it a little better this time, because I want it to be flat. Okay, looks like I did a pretty good job there of getting everything straight. Okay, and there's my cross. See, it won't really, well, actually mine folds flat the other direction too, so I guess I got it just perfect that time, but it doesn't really matter. You just want it to fold flat at least one direction so it will fit in the card. And see how easy that was? And all we have to do is add the cross piece now. So this one I have already put together in cardstock 1 1/4 by 3 1/8, designer paper 3 by 1 1/8. And you just want to make sure you kind of get that right in the middle. I think I'm going to use tear and tape again because I don't want to have to wait for my glue to dry. I don't want it to shift around while the glue is drying. So try to get my cross in the middle. And you can measure this if you want to. And that might have been a good idea, but we'll see how we go there. And as you can see, it's hanging off about 1/4 of an inch, so it will fit in my envelope. Okay, so I am going to cut a 1 3/4 inch circle, and then let's start decorating our circle. So I'm using pecan pie because it matches the stems in my paper. It's nice to have everything, all the colors match. I like to use the colors from the designer paper. And I have He Is Risen from the Faith collection, and also I'm using these lilies here. So I'm gonna try Daffodil Delight. On my sample I used Lemon Lolly, and I didn't think it was quite dark enough. So let's try, I need a piece of scrap paper under here so I don't get yellow all over everything. Some of these lilies on here. Oh yeah, I think the Daffodil Delight definitely shows up a little better than the Lemon Lolly. So, and you can add more around the edges, but I'm going to go ahead with this. Okay, I'm going to flip it so it's up and down because I want my dimensionals to go up and down. I'm going to put 3 on them because I'm going to add this little bit of ribbon to the back. Since this particular suite comes with the Daffodil Delight ribbon, I thought I'd go ahead and use that. So it's the satin, Daffodil Delight satin ribbon, and I cut probably 7 to 8 inches, I think it was, of that. And I'm just going to loop it and put it just on the edges of my dimensionals here, so it sticks, but I still have some sticky left to put it on my cross. So we'll put it on just like that, and it's done. See how quick and easy that was? So there's the directions, there's my card, and I just wanted to say to decorate the inside because the inside will be right decorated in there. I would use, I looked up in the store and I put Easter in the search box, and these are the stamp sets that are current that have Easter greetings. So there's Storybook Life, Storybook Friends. Here's the Easter greetings from Storybook Friends, which is really nice, but I loaned that out to a team member, so I don't have that at the moment. Twisted in Time, Choose Happy, and then if you have any of the mix and match greeting sets, Spring Celebrations and Greetings for All both have a Happy Easter set, so you could use that to decorate the inside. Add a few more of those Easter lilies. I didn't stick that down tight enough, and you're good to go. So there are the 2 cards, the cross cards, and I hope you enjoy this project as much as I did. It was really quick and easy, I thought, even though it looks really impressive. So have fun making this Easter cross pop-up card, and I'll be back with some more Easter projects in the future. I have some more up my sleeve here. So happy crafting, everybody.